Uh, well, students, today we are just do a program that will help you out in order to find out whether a number is a prime or not. I mean to say that to check whether the entire number is prime or not. So for that reason, first of all, we need to find out the factors and count it. If the factor count is 2, then the number is a prime one, otherwise not. Okay, so any prime number is having only two factors. Suppose 13 is a prime number and it is having only two factors, 1 and the 13 itself, because these are the two numbers which exactly divides 13. Okay, other numbers are not there. So for 13 only two factors are existing, so that is why it is called a prime number. Okay, so whichever number is having this property, that is called a prime number. So first of all, we need to give a remark every time whenever we will write the program. Okay, so to check okay, whether the entered number, okay, entered number is a prime or not. Okay, prime or not. Okay, so this program actually we will do with two loops. First of all, we will check out with for loops. Okay, so we are taking a variable n that we are going to check, and we will store a number over here by inputting. Okay, input. Okay, enter a number simply. Okay, enter a number. Fine. Okay, so we are just closing it. N equals to input a number. All right, after this, what will happen if we will take a variable that will actually give us that will actually help us out in order to count the factors. Okay, this particular thing will store how many factors are there. Okay, for whenever we will run the loop. So we will run a for loop over here. So for I in, okay, range. Okay, range what? For I in range what? 1 to n plus 1. We know the property of the range function, because range always stop at 1 less. Okay, that is why always we will take 1 extra. So okay, that is the thing. So now if, okay, if now the number will be exactly we will check whether the number exactly divisible by the value of I or not. So I will start executing from 1, and then it will go till the number entered. Okay, since it has been taken n plus 1, so each time it will be compared with 0. Okay, 0 means when the modulus operator will be used, then it will find out the remainder, and if the remainder is 0, in that case means it is a factor. So what will happen here? So what will happen out here? So C will be increasing its value by 1. Okay, so each time the number is exactly dividing, C will be updated. So when C will be updated, then what will happen? Okay, we need to come out. Okay, we need to come out over here. Okay, so and then we will check C equals 2. If C equals 2, then we can print out here. Okay, n. Okay, n is a prime number. Fine, prime number. Clear? Now else what will you do? Else, okay, else this thing print. Okay, what is the thing? Print n is not a prime number. N, okay, is not a prime number. Okay, so that is the thing will happen. Okay, so simply these things will happen. This is the entire program. Okay, so first of all, what we are doing, we are taking a number, we are storing, we are taking a variable that will store the factors, number of factors, and here actually we are doing we are counting the factors. All right, what are we doing? Counting factors. Okay, this is a remark I have given out here. So whenever the value of I, because this is a continuous process, okay, whenever the value of I will exactly divide n, and then the remainder will become 0. Okay, definitely. Suppose you have taken 16. The 16 1 will divide, so 0, so C will be increasing by 1. Okay, 2 will also divide. Okay, exactly, because 2 8 just 16, remainder will be 0, C will be updating. So in this way, whenever a number is exactly divisible by the value of I, then it will count the factors. Okay, so the value of C will be updated in that case, and in this process, if the value of C is exactly 2, it is a prime number, otherwise it is not a prime number. Simple. Okay, and how long this I will execute? Till its value reaches 1 to, till its value is within 1 to n plus 1. Suppose you are entering 16, then 1 to 17 it will be, means the value of I will start dividing from 1, and then 2 3 4 5 and up to 16. Okay, that is the thing. So in this way you will you will check whether the entered number is a prime or not. Suppose you are entering a number out here, say for example say 13 or 17. Suppose 17, the 17 is having only two factors, so it is showing 17 is a prime number. Alright, 17 is a prime number. And next time, suppose if you are entering say say 45, okay, so when you are entering 45, so 45 is having many factors, 1, 3, 5, 9, 15 and 45 itself, so it is not a prime number. Okay, even the bigger number also you can check. Suppose you are giving a number 1, 8, any other number you can give. Suppose you are giving 1, 8, 3, 7, 9. Okay, so it is a prime number. Fine. So now any other big number, suppose you are giving any other number, suppose 20246 or something like that, so it is not a prime number. 20234. Okay, it is not a prime number. Clear? So like that. So the main logic is that whatever number is there, computation will be done by the computer itself. Okay, so no need to do anything, only you need to employ the logic. What is the logic? The loop will run from the 1 to the value of n. Okay, and in between the the entered number will be checked for each value whether while dividing it is 0 or not. Okay, whether while dividing it is 0 or not. 0 means what? It is exactly divisible or not. Okay, so whenever a particular number is exactly divisible by another number, its remainder comes 0. So percentage operator is here, you can see out here, this is called modulus operator also. While dividing it finds out the remainder. So both the things, if it is compared 0 and if it is true, then factors will be counted. Okay, and in this process if c equals 2, then it is a prime number, other than that it is not a prime number if it is more than 2. So that is the logic for the prime number. So this is the way to do the prime number by using for loop. Okay, now let us do the while loop. Let's see how it functions. Okay, so while loop is also logic will be same, but the format will be little different. Okay, so now we are opening a new file and giving the same remark out here. Okay, so here what we are taking, here we don't have the range function, so I were taking I equals to 1 and c equals to 0 as usual, what we are taken for counting the factors. Okay, otherwise you can do this initialization later. C equals to 0 you can take first. Okay, c equals to 0, I equals to 1. These steps can be taken at any point of time, that is not a problem. And here you are taking the number n equals to int and then input. Okay, what? Enter a number, fine, enter a number. All right, then I equals to 1. Okay, then I equals to 1 you have done over here. Okay, and the number has also been taken. So now what will happen? While okay I is less than or equals to n, up to n it will go, because you don't have the range function, so here no need to use n plus 1 since you are going till n only. Okay, less than n, fine, sorry. Okay, so now what will happen if, okay, same logic, if n modulus I equals 0, then what will happen? C equals to c plus 1. Okay, you are increasing, so here you are actually counting the factors. Okay, counting factors. All right, so now what is happening here? Now this while loop is you have to come up over here, then I to be increased, because in the range function step 1 automatically will be taken, but here in while loop we don't have the range function, so the loop has to be incremented. This is the updated value and it will be checking over here, because if you are not doing I equals to I plus 1, next number you won't get. Okay, that is the purpose of the while. So we are having in the while loop also the similar thing, same thing. What? I means I equals to 1 when you are giving, that time I equals to 1 is initialization, this is condition and this is modification. Now you come out of this, if you are writing c equals to, then print what? N comma is a prime number, okay, else what? Else print here print, okay, n is not a prime number. Okay, n is not a prime number. Okay, that is the way you need to do. Okay, fine. So now this program has been completed. Now we will execute the program. As usual we have to save it also. Previous program we are saved in the same way, and here I am writing prime 2. okay, sorry, prime 1. Okay, so this number has been saved, and there is an error out here. So what we have done, when this kind of errors will come, no need to be puzzled. You see why the error is coming, invalid syntax, because after else we have not given this colon. That is the problem. Okay, that's what the run module, run module. So, and this when you do, if there is no error, in this way it will come. So the process, you have seen how I have rectified the error. This process is called debugging. Okay, so I am giving a number out here, say 56. It's not a prime number because 56 is an even number. It is having an extra factor 2. Okay, 7, 8, all these. Okay, so it does not have more, it is having actually more than 2 factors. That's why it is not a prime number. Now I'm executing, say for example 97 I'm giving. Okay, this time 97. Yes, 97 does not have any other factors other than 1 and 97, so it is a prime number. Okay, so in this way, even if you are giving the bigger number also, it will check 1 1 2 2 1, anything you give. Okay, just you check 1 1 2 2 1 whether it is a prime or not. No, it is not a prime number. It may be divisible by any other factor, so it is having more than 2 factors. Okay, so you give out here 18379, that one also you can check out here, because that time it was showing over there the prime number 379. Yes, it is a prime number. Fine. So that is the thing. So in this way the prime numbers are to be processed. Okay, so we have used the both the logics, both the type of loops. So this is the for loop and this is the while loop. The main difference is that we have used a range function, but here no range function we do have. Okay, here no range function. So here the main logic is similar, that is not a difference. Okay, but the thing is the difference is over here. Here we can't see the step. Okay, what we have given out here, I equals to I plus 1, this is actually the modification step which is absent out here, because the purpose of the range function is to execute a program with updation step 1. That is by default. Any other step you have to mention, that I had told you earlier also. Okay, but while is not equipped with such kind of facility, that's why I equals to I plus 1 has to be given in order to update the previous value. Otherwise the loop will not be animated, it will remain in its place only, and the loop will become infinite. So in order to get rid of that infiniteness, we need to give always the updation step in any while loop, whether it is prime number, whether it is any other kind of program or any other series printing or something like that. Okay, we need to have the updation step. Okay, and rest of the programs are all same, there is no difference as such. Clear? So I hope you understand this particular process. Okay, and you will also try to execute it practically, and then only the total picture will be clear to you. I had explained over here. Okay, and please do ask me if any error, or sorry, any problem is appearing while doing the practical. Okay, that is the thing. So this kind of programs more you have to do in order to increase your skill in the field of programming. All right, then thank you very much. Okay.